My story: surviving Tokai Carbon. I started working for Tokai Carbon on October 12, 2021, a few days later than planned because my wife had gone into labor with our third child. I had extensive experience in carbon black plants around the United States, in Texas, Alabama, and Oklahoma, and was familiar with the machinery and procedures. In 2017, I was approached by Tokai Carbon in Big Spring, Texas for a position, but I didn't move at that time. In 2018, my wife and I relocated to Midland, Texas, and in 2021, I applied again for a welding position at Tokai Carbon. When I started, I was told about a 90-day probation period, designed to keep new hires hands-off due to a past accident where a young worker had died. During probation, I completed orientation and followed operators to learn the plant. After just 12 days, my supervisor allowed me to begin full hands-on work. By December 2021, we were in the middle of a plant shutdown, working 10 to 18-hour shifts on sections 2 and 3 of the bag houses and hoppers. The accident, January 19, 2022 on the morning of my accident, but discovered I had no uniform available. After running around trying to find clothes, my supervisor, Shane Burt, told me to grab some of his clothes and hurry to a job. The job involved fixing a hole in the number 8 and number 10 hoppers of the bag house. Section 1. I was never given a job safety analysis, JSA, a work order, or a lockout tagout, and when I suggested scaffolding due to the 20-30 feet height, Shane refused, saying it would cost too much time and money. Even after consulting a veteran welder, Josh, scaffolding was denied. I climbed up, tied off with a lanyard, and started chipping around the hole. Within 20 seconds, thousands of pounds of superheated carbon black powder over 800 degrees were released from the hopper. The powder engulfed me immediately, burning my hands, clogging my face mask, filling my lungs, throat, nose, and stomach. I couldn't breathe, and for over 5 minutes I struggled, suffocating while trying desperately to call for help on the radio. My fellow welder Josh tried to help by spraying air, but it made things worse. I reached a point where I felt I couldn't survive, and in my mind said goodbye to my family, thinking I was about to die. Somehow my body took over, using muscle memory and instinct. I started climbing back through the structures, even though I couldn't see and was gasping for air. When I finally reached the catwalk, I was hanging upside down, unable to breathe, and my legs were stuck in my harness. The plant manager rushed over, removed my harness and clothing, carried me to the ground, and laid me down. I begged for water and slowly started to regain some oxygen while vomiting carbon black. Shane, the supervisor who put me in this situation, refused to call an ambulance, saying I couldn't afford one. Other co-workers intervened and finally got an ambulance, and I was taken to the hospital with my oxygen at 78%, severely injured but alive. After the hospital, I was forced to write a statement while still covered in carbon black, then sent home. Soon after, I was put on workers' compensation, under duress, and told it was the only way to cover my doctors and missed work. Aftermath: for months I tried to obtain the OSHA report, but HR and management continuously delayed, giving excuses and preventing me from accessing it. When I finally contacted OSHA myself, I was told that due to time passed, they could only take note, not enforce action. I contacted multiple lawyers who told me that workers' comp prevented me from suing for negligence, and that gross negligence would only apply if I had died. I was left believing there was no legal recourse despite the trauma and danger I experienced. During my 2 years on workers' comp, I received 70% of a 40-hour work week of my pay for the first year, and 70% of that the second year. After 2 years, a doctor evaluated me and assigned a 15% permanent disability rating, 5% for my physical injuries and 10% for my mental health due to PTSD, depression, and anxiety. Even 4 years later, I still cough up carbon black every day, struggle with PTSD, depression, and anxiety, and wake up screaming from night terrors multiple times a week. I was forced to retire from welding after 14 years because continued exposure to metal and gases could worsen my lung damage. My lung doctor says he's never seen an injury like this survive, and that I came seconds away from death. Reflection. The accident left me with lasting physical and mental scars, a lifetime of trauma, and a stark understanding of workplace negligence. I survived, but my life, career, and sense of safety were forever changed.
Well, I've been selling my soul, working all day, overtime hours, for bullshit pay, so I can sit out here and waste my life away, drag back home and drown my troubles away. It's a damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me, people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is living in the new world with an whole soul.